All right, Mr. Casanova, you want to come forward? Yes. Hello, how's it going?
Could be better.
All right, so my understanding, you want to represent yourself? All right, you're more than welcome to represent yourself, but here's the thing. Everybody says that they can be an attorney because all attorneys do is talk. That's what people think. But they don't realize there's a lot of knowledge, experience, and wisdom behind that.
Absolutely.
So if you want to have a jury trial where you represent yourself, you're more than welcome to do so. But once it's set for trial, it's going to trial and no one's going to be helping you. The state is not going to say, hey, we see that you really don't know the rules. So let me tell you this rule. They're not going to be doing that. My job is not going to be to help you with objections, help you with motions. That's 100% you. Do you understand?
I do. And are we on the record?
No, we're not on the record. What, you want to put something on the record?
Oh, yes, definitely.
Sure. All right, court is calling 2024 CR 2974, State of Texas Vector versus Hector Casanova. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state? And are you Hector Casanova?
No, for the record, I am the flesh and breathing man. I'm here on a special appearance to clarify any misunderstanding. I am not the legal fiction known as Hector J. Casanova that is on the information there. I just have a few questions to clarify some things.
All right, so if you would like to clarify some things, then the person I need to speak to is the flesh and blood man known as Hector Casanova.
Yes, I'm the flesh and blood man, Hector Casanova Jr.
All right, so you are Hector Casanova, correct?
I am Hector Casanova Jr., the flesh and breathing man.
All right, well, I'm glad you're breathing. So what did you want to place on the record?
Well, first, I don't understand the charges that are being brought against me.
Mhm.
There are some clarifications I do want to.
All right, so
announce.
just 1 second, but before we get to that, have you been given a copy of the indictment?
No, I have not.
All right, so we're going to get you a copy of the indictment. Just give me a moment. All right, have a seat. We're going to come back on the record with this.
All right.
Deputy Laura, do you know if he's been served with the indictment yet?
I'm not sure.
All right, thank you. All right, who is the prosecutor who is on Hector Casanova? All right. Oh, well, he's reading the indictment. Have you had a chance to review the indictment? All right, let me have you come up. All right. So we're back on the record in 2024 CR 2974. State Vex versus Hector Casanova. All right, Mr. Casanova, here's the thing. And I want you to hear me clearly, right? I am not your attorney. The document that has been given you is a copy of the indictment. I'm not to give you information about your indictment. That's the indictment. That's what we're here for. So any questions that you would have about that indictment, you're going to have to answer those for yourself. Otherwise, the person who will be telling you about what the indictment means and what the numbers are, that will be an attorney. Do you understand?
I do not understand.
Oh, what that means is, for example, we can go off the record. I'm giving you a hypothetical. All right. Let's say you needed surgery and you're in the middle of the wilderness, you need surgery, and you tell me and you tell the doctor, guess what? I'm performing this surgery on my own. I don't need you. I'm walking out of the hospital. I'm going to go in the desert. Now, maybe the doctor would try to stop you and do other things, But if you go in that desert by yourself, don't tell the doctor where you are. You take a scalpel out in the desert by yourself. You don't get to call the doctor and say, hey, I'm in the middle of desert performing surgery. I'm going to be my own anesthesiologist. I'm doing all of this. How do you do this? Because they're not going to tell you. It's the same thing here. You're saying that you do not want to be represented by an attorney. You want to represent yourself. So that motion, that indictment, I'm not to tell you anything about what that indictment is. The state is not to tell you, oh, this is what this indictment means. This is the range of punishment. Those are things that you're supposed to do. Do you understand?
I still don't understand.
All right. So just have a seat. This is what's going to end up happening. You're going to have an attorney. That attorney is going to come over to the court right now. You're going to speak to that attorney. After you speak to that attorney, we're going to go forward. Ms. Ferguson, can you call manage to sign counsel and let them know that we need an attorney over here? And that attorney will talk to you. That attorney will tell you what that indictment means. That attorney will tell you the range of punishment. Do you understand?
I still don't understand.
All right. Well, I don't know how I can further make you understand.
Are we on the record?
Yeah. All right. Norma, get someone from manage to sign counsel here, please. All right. Just have a seat and we're going to have an attorney come down. All right.
I would like to ask some questions on the record, if I may, while I have your time here.
Oh, no. Let me just tell you, you'll have my time till 5 o'clock because that's how long we're here. What is going to end up happening is an attorney from manage to sign counsel is going to come down. Do you understand?
I do not understand because I I don't feel like I am needing an attorney because I'm here to represent myself as the flesh and breathing man, Hector Casanova Jr. Let's see. All right, so let the record of the court show that I, Hector Casanova
Just one
Jr.
second.
The accused
Just
in the
stop.
Yes, sir.
All right, we're on the record. So what did you want the record to reflect?
So let the record of the court show that I, Hector Casanova Jr., the accused in this criminal action, has asked the court to divulge the nature and cause of the accusation upon the authority of the Sixth Amendment, and that this court has failed in its duty to inform me of the nature and cause of this action. Furthermore,
let me
let the
stop you.
record also show.
Mr. Casanova, let me ask you a question. Have you been given a copy of the indictment?
I believe so, yeah.
All right, so let the record reflect that Mr. Casanova has been given the copy of the indictment. And the copy of the indictment, it tells him what he is charged with. You may continue.
Now, these charges, are they civil? Is this a civil charge or a criminal charge?
All right, that is something that if you had an attorney to represent you, they would be able to tell you. What the court can tell you is that you are in a felony court and this is a criminal court.
Okay. So, this being a criminal, let the record of the court show that the action against me is criminal action. My following question would be, the Constitution grants this court two types of criminal jurisdiction. Criminal jurisdiction under the common law and criminal jurisdiction under the admiralty or military tribunal. In which of these two jurisdictions does this court intend to try me?
All right, so this is what is going to happen, Mr. Casanova. Someone from manage to sign counsel is going to come over and you can speak with them or not speak with them. But the questions that you are asking the court are not, some of them are not in any shape, form, or fashion related to the fact that you're in a criminal district court. Do you understand?
I do not understand.
Okay.
But I don't think you'll be violating your oath of office if you did your duty under the Constitution. I am not seeking legal advice. What I want to know is legal intent.
Mhm.
I have the right to appear as myself in my own person without a licensed attorney. In order to intelligently defend myself, I need to know the jurisdiction this court is operating under.
Mhm.
Let's see. So therefore, will you please answer the question so that way this court is properly identified?
All right, you're in the 187 District Court. It's a criminal court. You're on the 4th floor.
Thank you. This constitution grants this court two types of criminal jurisdiction. Criminal jurisdiction under the common law and criminal jurisdiction under.
All right, I'm gonna
admiralty or military
Counsel,
tribunal.
I'm sorry, Mr. Casanova, in the human flesh. I'm gonna stop you right there. What is gonna end up happening, I want you to hear me clearly. An attorney is coming over for managed assigned counsel, period. That's it. So have a seat, managed assigned counsel will come over. Do you understand? Yes or no?
I do not understand.
All right, do you understand what it means to take a seat?
I do understand.
All right, so take a seat.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Of course.
All right, and state, once managed assigned counsel comes down, make sure that you have your discovery ready so that they can see it. I don't have Deion Johnson's file. I have Frank Torres. No problem.
I'm not there. Oh, that's.
Right, court is calling 2023 CR 7903, State of Texas versus Frank Daniel Torres. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state
Zach Dunn for the state.
defense?
Run way for the defense.
And are you Mr. Torres?
Yes, ma'am, I am.
All right. Mr. Arguelles has been appointed to represent you. Have you had contact with your previous attorney?
One time I did have a video conference with him. It lasted about 2 minutes, ma'am.
All right, and how long ago has that been?
I'd say about a month and a half ago.
All right. And off the record, you asked the court to have another attorney appointed to represent you?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and that attorney is Mr. Arguelles. Do you have any objections to Mr. Arguelles representing you?
No, ma'am, none whatsoever.
All right, and Mr. Arguelles, of course, you are entitled to 10 days. Are you waiving that?
We are, Your Honor, in the best interest of my client.
All right, Mr. Torres, did you review the document entitled Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilt and Revoke Community Supervision with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
Are you the same Frank Daniel Torres who's placed on deferred adjudication in 2023 CR 7903 for the offense of assault, family, choking, strangulation on February 8, 2024 for a term of 5 years? Is that you?
Unfortunately, yes, ma'am, it is.
All right, state.
On or about the 16th day of May, 2024, in Bear County, Texas, the defendant, Frank Daniel Torres, did then and there fail to attend and successfully complete the following counseling education program, state accredited battering intervention and prevention program in violation of condition number 20.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True, ma'am.
State.
The state waives and abandons the others, Your Honor.
Any objections?
No, Your Honor.
Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 20, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, sentence you up to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 20?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find violation of condition number 20 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
There is a proposal, Your Honor, yes.
And what is the proposed agreement?
The proposal, Your Honor, is for revocation and adjudication of guilt for then a term of probation to be 5 years and to continue on the conditions, notably because the complainant across both is the same. So that was the proposal with respect to conditions remaining the same, but this time with a conviction and a permanent finding and to be on straight probation as opposed to deferred.
All right, what I can tell parties, I'm not going to follow that agreement. if you all wish to continue on probation, the part of the agreement I'm not going to follow is the 5 years. So what would you all suggest for an underlining? Are you all suggesting for an underlying sentence with the conviction of 5 years?
Well, we want a term of 5 years of probation, correct, Judge? Unless the court wants to go lower, which we would not be opposed to.
No, I will not go lower.
I think the initial discussion was potentially for a 5/5, so 5 years, probated and suspended for 5 years, but if we need to increase the timeline, I'm happy to talk with counsel now.
All right, if you all can talk about that with the
Sure.
underlying.
Okay,
All right.
yeah, may we just briefly break away?
Yes. Yes.
Go with my client really quickly.
Of course, no, please, no rush.
Andrew, and just relieve me for the last case.
Okay. All right, thank you.
We have an agreement, Judge.
All right, and what is the proposed agreement?
The proposal, Your Honor, would be for 8 years for the underlying, and that would be probated and suspended.
Correct.
All right. Are you asking the court to follow that agreement?
Myself, yes, ma'am.
Are you waiving your right to appeal?
Yes, ma'am, I am.
All right, this is what the court will do. The court is going to find you guilty. There's to be no contact with the complainant. The court is going to order partial GPS for employment only.
In regards to the no contact, Your Honor, can they have contact through one of the apps because they do have a child together, 14-month-old?
No,
How's he going to take care of his child?
he's going to have to do that through some sort of, if they have custody arrangements.
That's what I meant, like through the apps that allow for that to happen, that they can have communication.
No, I mean, because, and you all didn't proceed on it, but I'm assuming the reason for this is because there's another allegation. And what is happening with that other allegation?
It's newer, Your Honor, it's from May, so I don't have any word from the intake attorney on the status of that case.
All right, and who is the alleged complainant?
Same complainant.
So no, I'm not going to allow that. So there's to be no contact with the complainant. There's GPS partial for employment only, and all other previous conditions are to remain. And I'll ask that GPS fees be waived. And I'm going to sentence you to 8 years in the prison, suspended and probated for 5 years. I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. And also because this is an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to your attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
All right, we can go off the record. Here's the thing. There's no contact. I previously ordered no contact.
Yes, ma'am.
Obviously, it appears that it's not working. Yeah,
Yes, ma'am.
and I know that maybe the new allegation, you're saying it's not true, but I don't have any information for that yet, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
All right, is there anything else?
Nothing from the state, Your Honor.
Nothing but the defense side.
All right, and is the complainant aware?
The complainant is aware of. We'll make them aware of this today. They've been, what I mean by aware is they've been in contact with the DA's office, yes.
Okay. All right, awesome.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Hello. Yes.
We have talked.
Mhm.
I've informed him that I'm here, to help him in whatever he needs help with.
Mhm.
Uh, he's gonna consider what help he thinks he might need from me, and I know he wants to put something on the record.
Okay, all right, and so you'll be appointed as standby
Yes.
counsel then?
I've kind of explained my role and what that means and how I can help him with something as simple as e-filing or that type of thing, so.
All right, we're gonna go back on the record in 2024 CR 2974, State versus Hector Casanova. Mr. Casanova, if you'll come forward. Yes. All right, so, Mr. Casanova, Mr. Bond. Mr. Bach is going to be your standby counsel. And that's someone that if you have questions, you can ask him legal questions or what you may have.
Thank you for your consideration.
All right.
Uh,
And he informed me you wanted to place something on the record?
yes, for the record, I wanted to make it known that I'm here on special appearance under threat, duress, and coercion.
All right, who threatened or coerced you to come to court?
The county of Bear, Texas.
How
State.
so?
Well, if I don't come here, then warrants will be placed, which I will be kidnapped and held hostage, and I do not want that. So that's why I'm here under special appearance to clarify any misunderstandings and to let it be known where I stand on the record.
Okay. Is there anything else?
I said everything that needed to be said.
Okay. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to recall your case in 1 month. It's going to be a discovery setting. So that's to make sure that you have all the information that the state has concerning your case. Do you understand?
I do understand.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, if I can have a 30-day reset for Mr. Casanova. And after you receive all the discovery, then the next setting is going to be a plea deadline date. The state will tender an offer to you at the next setting. And then I'll give you your plea deadline date and you can accept the state's offer or come to an agreement or not. If you're unable to come to an agreement at that time, it'll be scheduled for jury trial.
Thank you, Ms. Boyd.
You're welcome. Any other questions?
I have no further questions.
All right, so Ms. Ferguson is going to give me a date and then you'll sign it. Mr. Bach will sign it to signify when you're to come back. All right.
I appreciate your time.
All right, you're welcome. And thank you for dressing appropriately for court. What date, Ms. Ferguson? All right, so we'll be back on July 29th. All right, once you sign the reset form, you'll be excused. Yes.
If something were to come up and I need to maybe reschedule that date, is that a possible thing to
You'll
come
need-
up ahead of time?
You'll need to speak to the court coordinator and they will let you know. I will tell you the rescheduling of cases. Are you in the hospital? You're not in the hospital, you need to be here.
Okay,
You understand?
so pretty much no excuse, be here.
Yes. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, I think that's our last case for the day. Is that correct? All right, thank you for coming over, Mr. Bach.
Yes, Judge.
All right. Charles.